Hey guys, welcome back to Fly By Night Reviews. I'm your host Kiren.
Dom.
Today, me and Dom are reviewing episode 8 of Ahsoka. This is the last and final episode of the season. This one is called The Jedi, the Witch, and the Warlord. What kind of name is that?
That is a on-the-nose reference to the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Okay. Yeah, that was who's the Warlord? Is it Thrawn?
Yeah.
Okay. What'd you think?
It didn't end the way I expected, which isn't a bad thing. But for overall, I enjoyed it. Some questions that still felt unanswered, but I get that there's building up to something else.
Yeah, definitely. I think it improved upon the last episode for sure.
Yeah.
It was satisfying to a certain extent. There was a lot going on.
Right.
A lot of cool moments. But again, it felt like a Marvel movie or a show, kind of like this is leading into something else.
Right.
Like I knew there wasn't going to be like a crazy shocking moment.
Right.
Which I think is lacking in Star Wars shows. I mean, the closest thing was like
Luke showing up at the end of season 2 of Mandalorian.
Yeah, because everybody was talking about that, and I was like, oh crap, like Luke Skywalker shows up. But like, I don't know if it's because there's so much connected with them, they have to kind of like continue the story,
right,
and they can't really do much with them, or it's just the directors or whatever, but they're not getting free reign to just do whatever. And that's why I appreciate Last Jedi so much. He took bold ideas and he did it, even though a lot of people weren't happy.
Subverted a lot of expectations.
Yeah, so that was a little bit disappointing in this episode. It was just kind of like a lot of stuff going on. I was satisfied, but then I kind of like
left wanting.
Yeah, I wanted more, and as you know, we're going to discuss spoilers in this video, so if you haven't seen the episode, go out and see it and come back and let us know what you think. So yeah, Thrawn, he kind of showed a little bit of vulnerability in this episode.
A little fear from past experiences with other Jedi and Force users. Mickelson does a great job as Thrawn.
Yeah, again, I'm not too familiar with Thrawn, but I definitely like his portrayal. He had some moments of he was like, oh shit moments, but at the same time, he wasn't made out to be a complete idiot.
Right.
He was still in control, and
a very calculated villain.
Yeah, exactly. I honestly think there should be more focus on him. Hopefully, if we get season 2, because he's like so interesting and.
Well, I know they're trying to build him up to be the big bad for the Filoni movie.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Then you get his, I don't know, like what's her name, Morgan? I believe.
Oh yeah, Morgan Espeth. Yeah.
Yeah, she gets kind of knighted, or not knighted. There's some kind of like occult ritual by the Night Sisters, and
the gift of the shadow or something like that.
Yeah, and she's gifted this sword, and she's like, "Oh, I'm finally one of the sisters."
The Night Sisters, yeah.
And that was kind of interesting. That was very. Again, I haven't seen Rebels. I know a lot of this is Filoni's stuff. It's kind of cool seeing the whole like esoteric kind of angle of Star Wars for a change.
Yeah, and then that sword, I guess, because I still haven't watched much of Clone Wars, but I guess that's a Clone Wars thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we didn't really get much from Baylan.
Yeah, like
you get that last little bit at the end, and that's about it.
Yeah, that was another disappointing thing. Is like because they left you kind of hanging. Last episode, him and Shin kind of separate. And then I was like watching the episode. I was like, "Is like Baylan gonna show up? Like, what the hell's going on here?"
Right.
And they kind of throw him in at the end, and it's like again. I think this episode suffers a lot of, unless you're a hardcore fan of the Filoniverse or like know Rebels really well or the Clone Wars, you're not going to get a lot of the references. I was one of those people. Those statues in the background, I had no freaking idea what those things were. I had to like watch videos to kind of like.
Yeah, that's what I watch a lot of videos, especially when it's like Clone Wars stuff. I watch a lot of the videos just so I can understand the things that are going on. Interaction between Hu Yang and Ezra while he's trying to build his lightsaber was pretty funny.
That was cool. We finally get to see Ezra with the lightsaber too, which is kind of cool. And
The Ahsoka lightsaber stuff just kind of seems a little lacking for me.
Yeah, she's just, it's like very stiff, like,
Yeah.
or
I mean,
choreographed.
Rosario Dawson's a great actress. I'm not exactly sure if she was the right fit for Ahsoka.
Yeah, there was a scene with the stormtroopers, and we finally get zombie stormtroopers, which it's kind of funny because I think this was in the Thrawn like books, whatever. But that's what I thought in Rise of Skywalker. Palpatine's the Sith,
right.
The Sith troopers.
Right.
I thought they were going to be zombies. That would have made more sense. But then I was like, oh, they already had zombies in the book. So I'm like, but yeah, there was a scene with when the stormtroopers get resurrected by the Night Sisters, and like then what do you call Ahsoka's just like her arms are crossed, and she's like literally like going, oh, they're coming back to life. Like, it was just so boring. Like, it's like, really? Like, there's, like, zombies coming back to life, and that's all you can do? And it's just, like, very, like...
Yeah.
She looked bored. I don't know. Again, my issue with, like you said, just with Rosario Dawson is great actress. Not sure if she fits the Ahsoka role to the T, you know?
You kind of feel for the character of Morgan kind of just going out.
Yeah, that was... because so basically they're trying to leave, like Thrawn is trying to leave the planet, and
she's
Ahsoka,
she's basically a distraction.
Yeah, so she's basically like kind of like, you know, you need to stay and try to like fight off Ahsoka and the others to kind of like keep them from getting on the ship. Mm-hmm. So she's just like, she had that look on her face like, oh man, you're gonna do me dirty like that.
Yep.
And I was like, that was cool. That's a cool moment because that was very just a character development moment, which again I appreciate in these shows, you know, when they do that, because it kind of gives them a little bit more substance. So yeah, I was a little sad like seeing her get like killed and like, oh, that's it, and that's okay, yes. But you know,
someone has to die.
Yeah, I guess someone has to die, and it can't be Ahsoka or any of the main characters.
Right.
Well, that's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed that. As always, if you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe below. Let us know what we think of Ahsoka Episode 8. And on that note, we will catch you next time.
Peace.